What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Worldwide Guide. Transylvania is one of Europe's most fascinating regions. Located in central Romania, Transylvania is known for vampire legends, fortified churches, medieval towns, and captivating mountains. In this video, I'm taking you through the best places to visit in Transylvania. Let's get into it. Let's begin with Bran Castle, also known as Dracula's Castle. Bran Castle was built in 1377 and is famous for its association with the legend of Dracula. While Vlad the Impaler, who was a 15th century ruler, believed to be the inspiration for Dracula, never actually ruled the castle, its imposing architecture and location in Transylvania had made it a key part of the Dracula myth. The castle has changed hands several times throughout its nearly 650-year history, going from a royal residence to now a museum. It features Gothic towers, narrow staircases, and secret passageways, making it easy to see why the Dracula legend stuck. Inside, you'll find displays of medieval weapons, royal furniture, and the personal touches of Queen Marie of Romania, who used it as a summer residence back in the 1920s and 30s. The whole area has really leaned into the Dracula legend, so when you visit, you'll be able to experience other vampire-themed attractions right next to the castle. It also overlooks a beautiful valley that's especially stunning in autumn when the leaves change color. And the surrounding village of Bran has shops, markets, and cozy inns perfect for spending a full day there. Whether you're here for the history or the lore, Bran Castle totally delivers on both. Next up, and also with legends about Vlad the Impaler, is Corvin Castle. Built in the 15th century by John Hunyadi, a leading military and political figure at the time, this Gothic masterpiece is the largest medieval building in Romania, and is believed to have been where Vlad the Impaler was imprisoned by Hunyadi for 7 years, though this is disputed by historians. Turkish prisoners are credited with adding new elements and fortifications to the castle, and according to legend, the castle well is cursed by 3 Turkish prisoners who were condemned to death, despite being promised that they would be freed after its completion. It's also said that prisoners of the castle were thrown to animals in the bear pit after they were no longer needed. Despite these atrocities, the castle has stood the test of time, and we're now lucky enough to tour this beautifully preserved structure that's considered a blend of Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque styles, thanks to centuries of additions. It features a knight's hall, council room, chapel, an impressive drawbridge, and over 50 rooms full of medieval art and furniture that you can easily tour yourself with the Corvin Castle app. Corvin Castle was also recently featured in the 2024 film Nosferatu, where it served as Orlok's castle. With its impressive architecture and eerie stories, Corvin Castle stands as one of Transylvania's most unforgettable medieval landmarks. Next up is Sighisoara, the only inhabited medieval fortress in Southeast Europe. Founded in the 12th century by German craftsmen and merchants known as the Saxons of Transylvania, the town was built on the site of a Roman fort, which was transformed into a medieval stronghold for what was then the Kingdom of Hungary. On the summit stands a citadel that dates back to the 14th century and has defended Sighisoara from Turkish attacks and a Mongol invasion. Plus, it's seen its fair share of rebellions, fires, witch trials, and executions. And as if there weren't enough lore about this town, it's also where our good friend Vlad the Impaler was born. And you can even visit his supposed birthplace, called Casa Vlad Dracul. The clock tower is the main entry point to the citadel, and is considered one of the most important clock towers in all of Transylvania. So make sure to climb it for amazing views, and check out the History Museum of Sighisoara that's inside. The church on the hill and the scholar's staircase are also highlights, and the rest of the town is filled with cafes and craft shops for you to peruse. This walled hilltop town is not only stunning, but Sighisoara's old towers and legends transport you straight to the Middle Ages, and it's a must-visit destination in Transylvania. Now heading east to the base of the Carpathian Mountains is Brasov, considered to be the heart of Romania. A Hungarian writer once said that Transylvania is not just a region, it is the soul of a nation carved in mountains, and Brasov is a great testament to that. The city is anchored by the Black Church, considered to be the most important monument created by the Transylvanian Saxons. The church has been through a lot too, with it first suffering serious damage in 1421 when the Turks invaded, and again with the Great Fire of 1689, which then took almost 100 years of restoration to return the church to glory. The council square in the heart of the old town is another top landmark. This is where they would hold public humiliations, witches would be punished, and there were even beheadings through at least the 17th century. In the middle of the square is the Council House, which was built in 1420 and is now the Brașov County Museum of History that you should definitely check out. Like other towns on this list, Brașov is also famous for its defensive fortifications, which used to stand 40 feet high, 7 feet thick, and 2 miles long. A lot is still standing of the original fortifications too, like Graf Bastion and the White Tower and the Black Tower, which are over 500 years old. Brașov is just absolutely loaded with history, and it's gotta be on your list when you visit Transylvania. Now that we're halfway through the list, I just wanted to thank you for watching and ask that you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. I love putting these travel guides together and telling people about the incredible places I've been. So it means a lot to me if you supported my channel with a subscribe and turned on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get back to Transylvania. The next place on my list was called the best road in the world by the TV show Top Gear. The Transfagarasan Highway is a winding road in the Făgărașan Mountains known for its super steep, hairpin turns. And as scenic and legendary as it is today, the road does have quite a dark history. It was originally built in the early 1970s as a response to the 1968 invasion of Czechoslovakia by the Soviet Union, and was thought to ensure quick military access across the mountains in case the Soviets invaded again. It was also built mainly by military forces who weren't properly trained in blasting techniques, so dozens, if not hundreds of soldiers died during construction. The Soviets never invaded again, so you could say the road never really lived up to its military purpose, at least not yet. The Transfagarasan officially opened in 1974 and also features more tunnels, 5, and viaducts than any other road in Romania, with the Balea tunnel stretching 2,900 feet. Today, the road is world-renowned by cyclists, drivers, and hikers for its long S-curves and sharp descents. But please note that because of snow, the road is usually closed from November through the end of May. If you're not afraid of a little speed, I definitely recommend renting a bike or car to go down it during the warm summer months. Next up is Cluj-Napoca, Transylvania's largest and most modern city. Like basically every other city on this list, Cluj-Napoca's modern roots began in the Middle Ages, but it was originally a Roman settlement almost 2,000 years ago, and that actually influenced the city's name today. The first part, Cluj, is what the city was named when it was refounded by the Saxons in the 13th century, but Napoca is what the city was called by the Romans back in the 1st century AD. So in 1974, the official name of the city was changed to Cluj-Napoca as an ode to the city's pre-Roman roots, but you should know that most people still just call it Cluj. Visiting the city today, you'll be surrounded by tons of medieval architecture as well as modern office buildings, since Cluj is considered the tech hub of Romania. One of the most notable pieces of medieval architecture is St. Michael's Church, which dates back to the 14th century and is the second largest church in Transylvania after the Black Church in Brașov. It's also located in the heart of Cluj's Old Town, called Unirii Square, that also features other historic buildings, cafes, and museums that you can check out. Cluj also has a beautiful botanical garden and central park that are perfect for anyone looking to enjoy the outdoors. And with Cluj being the tech hub of Romania, it's also been called the Silicon Valley of Eastern Europe, which is pretty fitting since there are tons of tech companies with offices there, and it's home to the largest university in Romania, which definitely contributes to top talent staying in the area after graduation. And with so many young people in the city, it's going to have an active art scene and is also home to Untold, which is the largest music festival in Romania. With the blending of its historic roots and modern vibe, Cluj-Napoca is so unique compared to any other city I've mentioned in Transylvania, and it's definitely worth visiting. And finally, it wouldn't be a trip to Transylvania if you didn't take a trip through the Carpathian Mountains. The Carpathians basically encircle the entire Transylvania region and are often referred to as the Transylvanian Alps. There's several mountain ranges within the Carpathians too, with the highest being the Făgărașan Mountains. Here you can hike to Moldoveanu Peak, which is the highest point in Romania. And if you remember from earlier, this is also where the Transfagarasan Highway is located. Then there's the Busigi Mountains, which are known for Peles Castle, Babele, and the Sphinx. Peles Castle was built by the king in 1873 as a royal hunting preserve and summer retreat, and is one of the most incredible castles in Eastern Europe that you can now tour as a museum. Babele and the Sphinx, on the other hand, are natural rock formations that have tons of legends surrounding them. Babele is often called the Old Ladies for its unique mushroom shape that kinda looks like hunch-over old ladies. And the Sphinx is another strangely shaped rock that was given its name 90 years ago because it resembles the Great Sphinx of Giza in Egypt. Some people even say that there's a time tunnel or three-dimensional energy corridor between both sphinxes. Another legend that ties into some of the more unique constructions around the world, like Stonehenge and the Egyptian pyramids, is that aliens established their base in the Busiji Mountains, and this is how the Sphinx was formed. Now, I don't know about all that, but for now I think I'll side with scientists that say they were formed by erosion over thousands of years. And to tie this entire list back into scary legends, we have to check out Hoia Forest, which is located right outside Cluj-Napoca. Hoia Forest has been called the creepiest forest in the world and is legendary for its ghost stories and paranormal activity. Visitors of the forest claim symptoms of nausea, anxiety, the feeling that they're being watched, and that electronic devices stop working. In 1968, a military technician even took a photo of what he claimed was a UFO. So if you're someone that loves scary movies and haunted houses, I dare you to wander through these woods at night. So whether you're hiking, skiing, or tempting fate in a haunted forest, the Carpathians have something for every kind of outdoorsy traveler. And there you have it, the best places to visit in Transylvania. From castles and medieval towns, to scenic mountain roads and peaceful villages. This region is incredible and one of the most underrated regions of Europe. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, subscribe for more travel content, and let me know in the comments which of these places you would want to visit first. Thanks so much for watching, and safe travels.